Yo, we going in today. This the mood. Y'all know what it is. We pouring up the champagne. Ha ha. It's for the team. Oh, let's go. The whole team winning.
Team winning. Hey.
Let you Buster say I didn't.
The vitamin. Talk about it.
Johnny Day to go and get it. Get it.
Man, let's go. Welcome back to Let's Talk Sis, y'all, with your girl Tameca, a podcast for us by us. I am so excited about this topic today, but let me tell you how to find me on all of my platforms. Instagram is Tameca8, Tameca with the 8, the number 8. My Facebook is just Tameca Howell, same spelling, last name Howell, Howell Gang on mine all day. And let's see, what else I got? I got centralcityradio.com. Y'all can come see me on that. And right now, I got my Yahoo. If y'all need to email me because you got some things you want to talk about, it's TamecaHowell@yahoo.com. I keep all my things the same because I'm just branded as Tameca. So let's go. Go ahead and introduce yourself.
So it's your man's 50 grand back again. Mr. Flip the Convo.
Again.
It's on Instagram it's Flip the Convo at Instagram.com. On Facebook is Flip the Convo, aka Haywood Watkins. All of that is up there, so let's go.
You ready?
Let's go. Dive in.
Man,
what we talking about?
It's been a minute.
Today?
First of all, it's been a minute, so let's just check in and see how your past couple of weeks been going.
See what your heat is
brother,
like.
What's been going on?
Man, I just been chilling, trying to make it right. Going in, getting these t-shirts right, trying to get the merch off. Doing some research, doing all kinds of reading, just trying to make it better for myself, doing some entrepreneuring,
So you out here working?
Yeah, trying to make it work.
Are you in the streets or you in the streets?
I'm a little lazy right now, but I'm getting there. Okay, the energy is pumping. The energy is getting there. Sometimes it takes a
minute to get there.
I think I need some sea moss or something.
Hey, y'all, check me out. If y'all need some sea moss, get in my inbox because I got you. We'll talk. We need to talk about that one day. We need Mike need to carry on some of the Dr. Sabi's
Hey, you know what? Yeah, I've been changing my diet up a little bit. You know what? I done lost a lot of little fat that was running around the body and feeling a little leaner. I feel like a little bit more energized.
Listen, sisters, let me tell y'all, it's gonna be a lot coming. Y'all just gotta listen. But I hopped on the scale today like 10 pounds.
Ooh, don't tell them.
Yes. All I did was change the way I'm eating right now. So we gonna see. So anyway,
so let's check in with you before you dive in and get real.
Let me see what I've been doing. I've been in these streets, y'all. I've been making connections. So I told y'all I started this movement. I started this from my movement. Let's go, sis. And I think it's on a different level. I'm about to take it to a different level. I am connecting with some really hard hitters here in the Phoenix, Arizona Valley. So shout out Phoenix. I know y'all be hating on Phoenix, but whatever. We out here doing big things today.
Come on, Phoenix, represent. Phoenix, represent. We've been
doing big things.
Represent Phoenix. Let's go.
I am. Listen. I've been here since I was 15. I'm a Phoenician. Okay, I don't have no problem with it. I don't have no problem with saying that. So today, though, I wanted to talk about building a legacy, or what is. Listen, there's a lot. What is a legacy? Building a legacy? Because I think right now we need to
encourage legacy building.
There you go,
man. Because you know what? That's the only thing these kids gonna respect. They need to respect the hard work and what it goes into getting that. They don't just go out here and do anything with your name. Build a legacy,
right? So, and you got to figure out what that is. So when you're thinking about building a legacy, brother, what comes to your mind? What are you thinking about?
Man, building a legacy for me starts with yourself. You kind of put yourself in position so you can learn and teach others. That's number one.
So the legacy is you want to leave knowledge.
Second, you have to put that knowledge out there and be willing to take some lumps across your head so the next generation can learn from you. Building.
Excuse me.
You good, sweetheart. It's good. We're gonna build wealth, generational wealth, man. You're gonna learn how to how to pass down some things so our kids won't have to, work so hard or be worried, or maybe my daughter ain't got to go out there and twerk and do all that with these rappers who keep getting shot up and carrying on. I don't want her in that kind of danger.
Right.
And
we
and
can't
then
even go. We can't just go. We can't even go anywhere right now. I was looking on the in Mesa. They shot up the little the big Soho Lounger. And why our stuff? Why we always got to be shooting up our stuff while we trying to have fun?
It's crazy. No, all of us want to be the most dangerous. You know what? Dangerous ain't getting us nowhere.
Dead. We getting real dead.
You looking real dangerous.
You real dead. Woke up dead.
You understand me?
Woke up dead.
You woke up dead. I mean,
but when I think building a legacy, it's the influence that you leave over the generations to come, right? And that could be, you said, building a wealth so that we can do this. I mean, with the wealth, I want to build a knowledge,
some teachings.
So how do we leave? What I want to leave is the knowledge and the tools so that they can continue to do these things, whatever that is. If it's whether it really is about building,
so like a blueprint,
building wealth, but building wealth, not like financial is not what I'm thinking.
Nah, we gonna build knowledge so they can stop killing each other.
Wealth, right?
And taking care of your mind, taking care of your mental health. That's part of building a legacy. No matter what you're doing out there, either you doing it at home, in the streets, at a business, in your business, at work.
Right, there you go.
Leave your legacy. When you work, make sure people know it's your work.
So we're trying to leave something enduring that we can pass on, right? Something that it endures, it stands the test of time.
Facts.
You understand what I'm saying? Endure through the generations to come. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Like when I thought of it, I was thinking of like something that has longevity. You understand what I'm saying? Something that what do you want to leave when they say when I pass away and everybody thinks of me, what is the thought that I want them to have? And right now, if I'm telling myself right now, if it's something that I do not want them to think, then now it's time for work on that. Mm-hmm. You understand? Because building that's you said that though. You kind of said, first you got to get yourself together. Listen, and y'all got to be careful who you connect yourself to. Let me tell you something. God dropped on my spirit in the car, y'all. Woo! Listen. So I was thinking about building a legacy, and so we need to make sure that the man is back in his position so that we can, because once we do that, we're going to build this really amazing legacy. Does that make sense? Mm-hmm. But let me tell you what he dropped on my car. He said, women, let me tell you something. He said, the woman is subjected to the man. So what that means, this is what he dropped on my, because I've always said that the woman is subjected to the man, meaning whatever the man do, the woman going to do. But what he told me further, he said, no matter what my qualities are as a woman, no matter who I am as a woman, no matter how much I think I have or how much knowledge I have, if the man comes in and he's on a lower playing field than me, knowledge-wise, emotional-wise, whatever it is, I'm going to come down to his energy. Did y'all hear what I just said?
That makes sense.
But listen, that would make you change the way
you operate
and how you date, right? And who you connect yourself with. Because as a woman, if I'm going to be subjected to the man, right, and the man is sitting on the couch,
yeah, you gonna want to sit on the couch
and I may not sit on the couch all the way, but what I'm not gonna do is I'm not gonna elevate. You understand what I'm saying?
Right. You just gonna go do what he want to do.
If he not out here trying to
watching the game too, huh?
Right. But that's fine as long as we have a balance. But if that man has no other
bro, you gotta get up off the couch, man. If she out there striving and working and hustling and grinding,
let's not change it yet. Mm-hmm. Listen, King.
Let's go.
That means that you have a responsibility to be the best man that you can be, the man of valor that God called you to do, period, at all times. It don't got nothing to do because you have a mandate to lead, right? Women, that means what we do is we have to choose the right man to follow. If he ain't leading himself or leading anything, then we can't follow him. So what we need to do is, I was like, go ahead then, God. But anyway,
fire.
We need to make sure that we are connecting ourselves with the right people. Even if it's not in a relationship that you are having emotionally, romantically is what I'm trying to say. If you're going to go connect with anybody, we need to be able to pull each other up. You hear what I'm saying?
Yes, I do.
That was deep though.
Yes, it is. And until we start doing that, I think we as a ethnic group is going to continue to do the things we're doing to each other. And also other ethnic groups is going to continue to look at us how they look at us. We must start taking our place within this world.
Yeah, period.
That's what they're missing. They are missing us.
Right.
Because we built this.
We done checked. Okay, come on.
Yes, we built this. This is what God put this on my heart.
Who better to know this than us?
Think about this. Let me put something on y'all mind. There was no machineries, no calculators.
There wasn't nothing before.
Nothing to measure. And they made us work. And we put that up.
Look how deep
so
this is.
Perfect, so symmetrical, so solid.
In Africa, do you know they still operate like that?
You know what? Those buildings still stand.
But they still are. There's none of that in Africa. I watch them carry the cement up the thing, walking with bare feet on. I watch them hammer a whole apartment together, which is more sturdy than us. You know, we hit the wall and it be done.
Man.
Listen, you saying something.
Put the whole fist in there.
If you have not been to Africa, brother.
Man, I haven't, man. I would love to go see the beautiful people, man. I might not know how to act at first, because I mean,
it's a different place. That's anywhere you go, though,
but
right?
I bet you when I start seeing the beautiful people walk around in a different culture, so and I'll fit right on in.
Shout out to the motherland, y'all.
Yes,
shout out, power to the people.
The richest soil on earth. Right, don't let them fool you.
It is the richest soil, but
on earth.
It is because everything started in Africa. See, but not that. Okay, wait. Pause, y'all. We gonna have to parking lot those conversations next time, okay? Because I really want to get this legacy out.
Get that out.
So we talked about what we think it is. When you think of your legacy, the legacy that was left in your surroundings, who do you contribute that to? Like who do you say showed you, who started the legacy that you were about to continue? Or have been doing.
To be perfectly honest, I got my legacy from a couple different people. Mostly my mom, my sister, auntie, grandma, and some outside influencers, such as my big brother Tree, Michael Swinton. Kenny Reed, all my folks at Baton Street.
He's shouting y'all out, y'all. Who y'all?
Yeah, let's go.
Hey, y'all.
I mean, honestly, all my coaches from high school and things like that. My brother and them. I mean, I took a piece from everybody. I think honestly, those people were heavily influencing me learning how to be a man and stand up on my own. Making good decisions, because the hood was rough. You gotta learn how to make decisions at 7.
Man,
I mean,
7.
that ain't no easy task.
Right. I could only imagine. That wasn't my story.
I hear you.
I mean, so I'm just plain and simple. I contribute mine to my mom.
Yeah.
I talk about that all the time, and there's some the who I am, the soul. To who I am to my core, understand, is my mama.
Well, yeah, if you want to talk about to the core, it's my mama and my sister.
I like
you're not being funny, my brothers. Definitely my brothers. I'm highly influenced by my brothers. That ain't even a question. Mom is deep. And one of the things I told her, before I leave this world, I wanted to let people know that I was here in a positive way by putting out some knowledge that can change the game for us.
Well,
I always told her I was gonna do that, and I'm gonna keep that.
You're gonna have to live.
I'm doing it right now. This is what this is. Putting that knowledge in there. Pound me up. Yeah, let's go, man. What else?
I was going to ask if you think it's important, but of course, clearly the way you answered that. I mean, and listen, I didn't even think that deep when I thought about the question, and I'm thinking, you know what, you do take a little piece from everybody. I really don't know if I remember everybody doing all that, because my mom was such a big talker. Listen, Johnny Howell, I keep telling, she talks and talks, and I used to be like, be quiet, man. but I'm grateful that she did. You understand what I'm saying? So I understood everything.
My crib did do a whole lot of talking. She say, look here, my man. this is what it is. This is what we gonna do. This is what
Yeah.
you gonna do.
I mean, it was that. It was just a lot of talking in the midst of it, so I could clearly understand
any
what was
discrepancies. Any discrepancies, we could talk about that on another level. But
no, there wasn't no discrepancy.
I didn't want to talk about those discrepancies.
There wasn't no other levels we was trying to get to.
No,
I understand that.
I understood the assignment early.
So so what I wanted to give y'all is some real quick 5 steps, 5 things we could think about and us discuss this when we're trying to create a legacy, because it's really important that we do this. You know, these kids is, man.
I had to take my glasses off for this.
You ready?
Yeah, I wanted to go.
So the kid, you know, these kids, if you look around, and I say kids, I'm a little older, so when I'm thinking kids, I'm thinking like 20, under 30. You understand what I'm saying? Under 30, it's a lot. I just don't understand. Like, they on drugs, they shooting and murdering each other, they not going to school, they having kids. I mean, not saying it's not happening over 30. I'm just saying, but these kids, they're stabbing and killing somebody and shooting somebody at 13 and 14.
They're on a different wavelength. I think what it is I really don't know. I can't pinpoint it, but all I am gonna say is they angry about something.
The lack of parenting, I think.
I don't think it's a lack of parenting,
No,
because I parented and still, you know, even as you could tell your kids what you need them to do, what you want them to do, what they should do. You could show them how to do it, and still they go
Mr.
out
Combo,
there, and they
your
still go out there.
Are nothing like these kids that I'm talking about right now.
No, but
so
I showed them a different.
Exactly. So
it starts in the home.
You're right. So these these parents are. Listen, I'm not.
They're not there. They're at work.
Exactly, or they're not there. Because
Period.
they're high.
Right.
Let's keep it a G. They're high.
Let's just keep it a G. They do try to. It's
they
a lot
running
of
after
friends
the woman.
going
The
on.
woman is running after the man all day. The man is running after the other woman. It's a lot going on where we're missing.
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
talk about it.
We're missing out on crucial moments that we're supposed to have with these children.
You know what I heard one time? I was watching this video. I forgot who the pastor was, and he was real adamant when he said this. He said, the only job parents have is to parent.
I didn't even know he said that, but you know I've been saying that.
That's what he said.
Your only job is to parent.
It's to parent.
Everything else is secondary.
Like,
because
show
all
your
they
kids,
do is remember.
man. Yeah.
You even had it written in your book where you was talking about that they remember. These kids are hurt because they think their parents aren't around. It was but really they working.
They working,
and kids don't understand anything about that though.
That's right. But see, that's when we have to. I think we have to start bringing back some of those old traditions of setting that time to sit down and eat. You know, sit down and eat and ask them how they day went.
I said I was
talk about those
frustrations.
Talk about those frustrations, man, and because I think we could catch some of this anger and some of these decisions that they're making. They taking 5 minutes of anger and changing their lives forever. Yeah. Either murdering or killing or getting killed themselves or getting their family members killed. And that ain't cool.
Yeah.
It only takes 5 seconds to chill out.
Listen, and you could take that 30 minutes.
Chill out.
Once
what
a
you
week.
so angry for, man? Y'all out here smoking up all the weed. Sit down somewhere.
Sit down.
Weed ain't made for that, boy. If you smoking the right stuff, you will be. Sit down.
I'm done with here. Okay, listen. So here we go. Let's go with the first one. The first thing you got to do when you building a legacy, or even thinking about that you need to, or coming to after this podcast, right? The first thing that you need to do is just define what that legacy means. What does that mean to you? Oof. Like, it can mean something different. Education was really important in my house, in my mother's house, right? So that's the kind of legacy she wanted. So I always tell people, like, we all are educated, right? Because that's what she wanted, and which equals knowledge. Mm-hmm. Now, in my thing, the only thing I've changed is I'm not necessarily passing down education. I want to pass down real life lessons, real knowledge, real stuff to help you move into your destiny, because you'll get that.
That's what
you understand what I'm saying?
Yes.
So you got to define what that legacy means to you. You kind of already talked about you building, passing down knowledge.
You have to.
You
have to. Remember, I think it was one of the first episodes we did. You was talking about how you start at a certain time every day. You get up, you do this, you start this, you do that, you get the kids. We gotta start doing that so they know you paying attention to them. Kids want love. They want you to show that you're paying attention to them.
Right.
So,
and
you're
those
on the right
I
track.
like that. And those different, I like that you said that, because let me tell y'all something too. As your kids get older and they change in the stages of life, that showing them love and spending time is totally different. So you got to be able to cater to it on all levels. When they little, y'all can't just put them in front of the TV. Me and my kids, and if we always watching it. Do you know how many times I watched Princess and the Frog? Madagascar. What else? What else did they like? Listen, anything. I watch them things over and over and over. And when you have a daughter, you definitely gonna watch something over and over and over.
Man,
again.
them cell phones and the computers, man, take them out your kids' hands, man. That should
My
not
kids
be
didn't have any till they
in
was
their
13 and
hands
11.
eight hours at a time.
So here's the next thing you could do. So first we're going to define it, right?
Define
what it
it.
looks like.
Woo.
And then the second thing we're going to find, that we're going to try to find and understand our purpose.
Ooh, that's where it gets.
So that's where it get a little sticky. But let me give you a real quick, because
Stage
I can
2.
give you like a real, I can keep it simple.
Little excerpt. Let's go.
Little, all you got to do is look at what you're passionate about. Anything you're passionate about, God put it in you to be purposeful in it, right? Because he wanted to cater to your heart of hearts, and he also wanted to cater to the spirit and his agenda, right? So he gave you the passion already. You understand? So anytime somebody's looking for their purpose, all they got to do is see what they passionate about and go.
A lot of people don't know what a lot of times when you be sitting there and them ideas coming and them little different voices come in your head, they don't know that's the power of the spirit and spirituality.
I know, but they listen.
They don't recognize it.
Just write it down.
They don't. You know what I'm saying? That's good knowledge right there.
Just write
even
it
if you don't know, even if you don't know what that is, write it down.
Because you could come back to it later and be like, oh,
okay.
but we'll talk about that again. So if y'all know me, I minister. But anyway, so the churches are failing. They need to tell them what those voices are. People say something told me. No, the Holy Spirit told
That's
you.
That spirit telling.
You understand? Anyway, so listen, we're going to define. And if you don't know or understand your purpose, find your passions. But kind of maybe sit down and see what's important to you. what is something that's really important to you? Like I said with my mom, education was really important to her.
And be realistic with yourself.
What are the things that you are passionate? Like you like nah. Like you got, like me, I'm trying to be better, but I can't just let people say stuff. I'd be like, no, that's not. Let me give you this little game real quick. Don't act like that.
Yeah, you pull out the dictionary, encyclopedias, and anything.
But I
with
still
a
drop
word
that
in it.
knowledge while you playing. But anyway, I pull them all out. The what's that called? The thesaurus, the concordance,
everything.
The little exegesis book, the
translation.
Bible. What else you want? Greek and Hebrew. I'm gonna pull it all
comic
out.
Books. I seen this in the comic. It means this right here. Are you serious?
Anyway, so sit down and figure out like what's important to you, and then this might be a little later thing, but figure out how you really want to impact people. How do you want? What's one thing if you can make one sentence? What is the sentence that you will make that says, "This is how I want to improve the world. This is how I want to be talked about. This is what I want to do. This is who I want to impact." Just I ain't gonna tell y'all to make a whole vision and mission statement and stuff like that, but come on.
When my boy Ross say, dish meat, right around up, gets.
I have no.
Yeah.
We don't know what you're talking. We don't. None of that.
Rick Ross said
what
it. This me.
This is me.
This is me. He put the in, but I ain't gonna say that today because
we'll
we're so
take it
positive.
out so we can understand. This is me. Okay, because all that beep it out, I was like, huh?
Bleep.
I don't know that song. But
the clean version.
Then once you do that, become like you got to be okay. So once you figure out your purposes and all that and what's important to you, you're the building block of your legacy. Like you're the one. Go for it and go do it. You gotta go do it. So let's say we sitting here. So number 3. So number 1, define it. Number 2, figure out and understand who you are and what you like, right? Number 3 is bring it in. Like, okay, so listen, so some people have a lot of talents, right?
So what you gonna do with it?
A lot of things, but you can't sometimes in legacy building, you got to find out which one of those is really, like I could do hair, right? So I do hair, but that's not what
that's not your purpose.
Yeah, so but some people's purpose is to do hair and be able to, well, it ain't going to be just
Do you believe in that sometimes you supposed to be a purpose for that moment and that person.
That's what I'm saying. That's why I'm not talking about. I had to change it from purpose to legacy.
I get you now.
So talking about purpose would be a whole different conversation, which I think we should talk about. But legacy is just about what do you want to leave. That's why I had to, because I had started going on purpose. My bad. Because I love about purpose, because I think people are out here not living their purpose because they don't understand what it is.
Yeah, we are rich in our own little kind of way, and I wish people would understand that purpose. So when you murder one person, you probably just took a black doctor off the earth.
And everybody that was supposed to be healed now they got to go. God has to now reroute that so that they can go find somebody else. You know, and we all have our own people connected to us. I wasn't trying to preach to y'all today, but
but it is you gotta have that in there to build a legacy.
You do.
You know,
have what in there, God. You definitely.
You better believe it. You better believe in something up there.
So bring it in, you know, hone down your what your talents are and what your talents is. What your talents are. I'm
gonna look that up in the dictionary.
Be quiet. and then what does it boil down to? And number 4, I already said this. Write a sentence. Write a one sentence. Write one sentence to define what it is. Short, sharp, straight to the point. A few words. It could be a few words. It could be a sentence. Just one sentence.
And
it could be 5 words.
If you can't write, draw it out.
I like it. I didn't even think about
draw it out.
Just draw real quick. Yeah. Write one word in the book. Whatever you do, but you know, you have to. Because you got to write it down so you remember what your goal is, and mark your steps off so you can see your accomplishments. Trust me, that makes you feel better. Because really though, you know, marking stuff off give you endorphins. Yeah, you could lose sight. You could lose sight of what you're doing and forget that you actually doing something. So think about if you throwing darts, right? And you throwing at the dartboard, and you see that little bullseye in the middle. Yeah. You understand what I'm saying? Okay, so you see that bullseye in the middle, but then they move it and they get it out the way and they say throw it over there at the bullseye where the dartboard was. You might not hit that bullseye ever. You understand what I'm saying? Because they done moved it. Now the dartboard they took out away and you were supposed to visualize that there. Does that make sense? It makes sense, but I might still be able to hit that, you know, because, you know, former basketball player, you know, I'm still gonna hit that. You're not gonna be. You can't see it though. It's not there no longer. It's no longer there, but I think it's accomplished. After you've already probably had the dartboard there, yeah, and you know the how, like when you shoot a free throw. Yeah. When you shoot that, you already when you first started, you had to, but now you got your technique. Yeah. If they do that at the beginning, you don't have a technique. You don't even know how much you got to jump off the ground, how hard you have to push that, none of that. So point seen, money gone. So that's what I'm saying. So when you don't write, sometimes your legacy down or your goal or what it is, you forget about it. Yeah. Now after you done did it, so for you know that you about knowledge. So you don't got to write something down and every day remind you to go study and research. You do that. No, I'm gonna do that because it's like you said, if it's something that you passionate about, you don't wait to go do it. You get up and go do that. Or that I've already been doing and makes it practice, you know, makes it a memory routine. Memory and routine is a hell of a way to start accomplishing. You know what? They always say if you can't keep creating, at least be consistent at what you're already doing. All right, so write a sentence or some words or draw a picture. That's what we came to. It's better than your alphabet cereal. Do something. Here's the last one. Live your legacy, man. Go out there and do it daily. Start living your purpose. Living your legacy. Living your legacy. Legacy, whatever it is. If you say that you're going to create knowledge, then always create opportunities daily to give somebody some knowledge. You understand? Working on that. Use your time wisely, man. Make sure that you are like, we supposed to have fun, but you have to have a good balance of that. And then align with the right people and the right activities. You got to be out in the community. You got to be if it's a community thing, right? You got to be around the right people that can help you. We were supposed to come. People call it using, but we were supposed to come and link arms with each other and network. That is the problem, man. We're always putting a name or on something when it's really not that. When you start looking at it like that, that's when you start feeling like that. Oh, I'm being used. But if you just look at it like God intended to, like you always say,
I think those meanings start to eliminate themselves because all they do is cause issues.
Like the little sayings and
Yeah,
cliches and stuff.
all I do is create. Oh well, I did this and I did that, so I deserve this and I deserve that. But you didn't do nothing because you had no insight on how to do what you're doing now.
That's true.
So you linking with those folk. You needed that.
Right. You need somebody to help you.
Yeah, so stop acting crazy.
Because nobody has it all the information. You understand?
Humble yourself.
Yep.
And network.
Well, stop acting crazy. Humble yourself and network.
And network.
Those are 3 steps. So stop acting up, y'all. Stop acting like y'all a one band team. Stop acting like everybody out to get you and they want your idea. Stop acting like that. Stop acting. You said stop acting up. What did you say? I was 3 things.
You don't forgot already. Come on. You need some water? It's too hot in here. Stop acting up. Do what you're supposed to do. And get on with yourself.
Oh no, I forgot what. Listen, we're gonna have to go back and listen to that. I'll put something down there. But y'all stop.
Well, what happened to your pen? You supposed to write it down.
I usually be writing. I ain't writing today. I'm talking faster than I can.
You can
write.
think.
Yeah, then I can write down.
Happens. So he putting that thing on you right now. He putting all them ideas in your head.
I've been listen. Let me tell y'all, when God's speaking, I listens. Okay,
I'm learning. I'm definitely learning. It took me a lot of years to learn what it really was, but honestly, when I look at certain things now, I think I was supposed to be doing what I'm doing long time ago.
We prolong it because we don't. I mean, you really have to. So what happens when we get older? We are sitting down a little bit more.
Yeah.
So when we were younger, we weren't taught to sit down and meditate, right? And people talk about praying, but what I'm gonna do is teach people how to really not meditate in the realm of godliness. Is just sitting down, getting a book, and closing your eyes and write down any thoughts that come to your head, right? But they don't teach us that. That's prayer too, because it's communication with God, right? So they're teaching us. I have books and books and books because I listen, and so he was just telling me this today. He said, "I need you to start listening again because you're not." But when I'm listening and everything's silent, then that's where he speaks to us. He only can speak to us in the quiet spaces of our own mind and our own thoughts.
I took that pause yesterday for a good amount of time because I didn't like the space I was moving in. Mm-hmm. It's kind of hard when you've been working since you was 14. It's kind of hard to get out of a natural routine of working between these set of hours, doing this time, doing this at that time. And when you're trying to be an entrepreneur and you're trying to enlighten children and youth and older adults,
you got to have some extra time on top of time.
Yeah, you got to do some things. Like you said, you got to be out in the community. I'm going to start implementing myself out in the community. I'm start touching base with some folks I used to touch base with when I first got here.
Let's get it.
And just see where they at. I've definitely helped some folks out here. I just, I'm just humble. I don't.
It's just now trying to do it. That's not.
I just rather do it in a low key type of way. If that makes sense.
It do make sense, but it's
Maybe
different
it's time
levels.
for me to stop being low key with it.
Not because that's not a good option, just because God has something greater.
Yeah, I've been kind of feeling that lately. Like I'm giving it to you, and I'm giving it to you. And I'm catching it. A lot of times lately, what I've been doing, honestly, I've been putting it on shirts, like little messages on shirts, and just throwing them up, and not really just trying to sell them. Some of the shirts I do try to sell, but some of the shirts is just a passionate saying for me.
Yeah.
Like how people just killing us over our skin when our skin is man, everybody would love our skin.
Yeah.
Can handle anything on earth.
But those are the things. I love some melanin. How often I talk about melanin.
They trying to steal it from us. They got to go with machines. They try to dress it up.
Okay.
You can't dress this up, man.
Right. This is natural.
You understand me?
We'll talk about that stuff later. But because we coming up with topics. I hear you. I hear you talking, brother. But Man, that just went a little deep, just real
Hey,
quick.
I'm just saying,
But it's on a Sunday.
They-
This is the day that
what
the
I'm saying?
Lord has made. Okay, I don't mean to do all that to y'all, but listen, y'all know me though. Okay, so let's go back. So, cause I really want y'all to get this. So, if you didn't have your pen and paper out, I know typically I don't operate like this. We just be in here. Well, we be kicking some. Now,
Yeah,
y'all
hit
have
'em-
to
hit
have
'em-
y'all pen and paper out
Hit
every
him
time
with that verbal PowerPoint.
Every time y'all hit Let's Talk Sis,
You understand?
I need y'all to come with y'all books.
That's right.
Just matter of fact, we gonna make some Let's Talk Sis journals, right? And y'all gonna be able to open y'all journal, sisters, and y'all gonna be able to, write in here. And yes, you're gonna be able to hear the stuff, my brother, because he's gonna be starting his podcast soon.
Yeah.
And he may not
Yeah.
come and grace our stage, our
No,
mic so often.
I'm definitely not gonna forget where I got my start from. It's you know how we came in. Is the whole team winning?
The whole team.
I'm finna
winning.
get you on that camera too. I don't care what you said.
Okay, well, I'll get on the camera. I ain't mad.
We go
I'm
on.
cute enough. Okay, I'm just playing. Okay,
There she go.
Listen.
She go throw that in there about
Of
the
course,
cuteness
y'all
though.
gotta know. So y'all can't wait till y'all see me on camera. Y'all gonna be like, sis kind of doing it. It's the glow of God though, y'all. And I'm cute too. Let me stop. So anyway, listen, let me give y'all these last little points and we're gonna be out this piece. So not these last points, but let me just go back, make sure you define what it means to you, what this legacy thing mean to you, what you want to leave your kids and their grandkids and your great grandkids and everybody that you touch.
Yes.
Right? So define that.
What kind of steps you gonna take?
Yeah, what's that? Well, no, first just define first before the steps, because that is one of the, that's one of them. What you want to leave? Like, what is it? Because some people might have a problem with that.
Man, I'm gonna leave. I want to leave away from my children, and just so they can understand how to get up and take care of themselves. Because I think that's one of the most important things.
So that's just multifaceted to the knowledge you're talking about.
Making sure that they know how to get up and go to work, because I get up and go to work.
But that's how you lead.
Yeah,
Some of the stuff you just model, they just see you doing it.
And the legacy is going to be, hopefully they can carry on one or at least one of these things that I'm starting.
Yeah.
So they could, build some generational wealth and knowledge, and even if they don't, it's still available for them.
Yeah.
And say maybe they not interested in it, but their kids might be interested in it. So it's there for them.
Yeah.
So now, basically, what I'm doing is open up opportunities.
Yeah.
For the family.
And there's a lot of things when you teach kids how to be entrepreneurs or how to work for they get those, and you're still leaving knowledge, because that still can work in how their work ethics is at the company that they are at. You know what I'm saying? How hard they work. So define it, then find and understand your purpose. Like, what is it that what's important to you? What are your values? What are your belief systems? What is just evaluate, take a day or two and sit and really think about who you are. That's another thing. I think a lot of people don't know who they are.
Everybody want it. We live in a fast world. Everything got to be pop, 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 pop. Nobody likes to wait on nothing.
So we're not even waiting on listening to who we are?
We're not even waiting on to know who we are, because we just want to get out there and do something.
I might know who I am.
Just because that it might look cool. It might sound cool. They make it sound real good.
A lot of stuff sound good. Some stuff just ain't my lane. Don't ask me to go nowhere singing. Y'all gonna be mad at me.
Man,
I can do it. I can hold a little something, but I start yelling because I don't know how to really. It just be too much, right? That ain't my lane. I'm gonna stay right on it. So stay in your lane. You find and understand.
Step how you step.
Step how you step, and be comfortable in that. Is that what you said?
And be comfortable.
Step how
with
you
that.
step and be comfortable. I wish I could find it. Step how you. What you say? Be comfortable in how you step.
Be comfortable how you step.
I like that. Step how you step. You don't know. Listen,
step.
I be stealing all his little ideas. He ain't gonna have no short ideas.
You can't step how nobody else step, because you gonna mess around and live their story. Then you gonna mess around and get in trouble where you weren't supposed to be in trouble. Nah, man, step how you step and be comfortable. If you comfortable with going to college and getting your knowledge like that, do that. If you comfortable with doing other things, outside of that, maybe going a different way, taking a couple courses, or not even taking no courses, just like you said, just jumping in there and making some mistakes and doing what you do. Be comfortable with that.
But just as long as you step how you step.
Step how you step.
You'll always be true to yourself.
Man, you can't. One person you can't lie to
It's
is yourself.
People do though, but we'll talk about that another. Listen. So
Listen.
the next one is bring it in. So even though you got all this information about you, you start writing stuff down about you. You take the little time with
Feeling
you know what I'm
good.
saying? Start feeling good because you done say, yeah, I'm kind of dope.
Feeling yourself.
Listen, I'm
look at
this, and I'm this.
Taking pictures.
So bring it in though. Bring it in and say, even though you have many talents and many gifts and a lot of things that you're good at, what is the things? What does it boil down to?
Man.
You know,
That's
I do
dope.
a lot. When I think about mine is giving knowledge, right? Which is what I said. So when everything that I do, if you think about it, whether I'm doing a seminar, whether I'm teaching a class, whether I'm helping somebody with their business, whether I'm doing the podcast, it always boils down to me. Y'all call it lecturing, right? Don't it always boil down to that though?
Yeah.
Don't give me a cup. I'd be like, let me tell you about this cup, y'all.
Let me get some.
Whatever. Let me tell y'all about this cup. Anyway, so yeah, hone it in, and then write a one sentence little line about your mission. Define it a little bit.
And you know what? Don't just define it, man. Don't just have your talent sitting there. Do something with it.
That's number 5. Live your legacy.
Do something with it, man.
So write that short. It don't have to be a sentence. It could be just words. If I had to just put a word out there or a couple of words, I would be like giving knowledge, and then everything I do needs to lead back to that. Does that make sense?
Yes,
and then,
ma'am.
like he said, my whole team live your legacy.
Winning.
Right? What
live
the song
your
say?
legacy. My whole team winning.
My whole team live that out, because as soon as I start doing what I'm supposed to do, everybody else connected to me will be able to eat off that for generations to come.
You heard what she said? So we can all eat. Don't be out there shining. You got $100 million in your pocket and your team look crazy in the face. Don't do that, man. I'm telling you, you're going to lose your blessing.
That's like when the women be out in the community, they look all good, and their kids be walking by them looking like a hot...
That's raggedy, man.
Yeah, that is just too much.
I mean, kids ain't kids. I'm just going to leave. We gonna park that one, too.
We going to park that one, too?
Yeah, we going to park that
one. So we going to park it, y'all. We going to park it. Let me say it again.
We going to park that, man, because that's bananas.
We got to talk about that, because that is the same. That is what people do. They don't make sure that their children are okay, but they okay.
And you know what?
My children gonna be okay first.
You know what? I wanted to touch on something offline. You know, can we do some?
You got a few little
minutes. You know, little things.
Let's go.
You know what? I'm gonna touch on this thing here. It just annoys me a lot. These folks online always trying to get you to buy some Bitcoin or binary options.
That's so crazy. I didn't know what was for the.
Don't y'all know people like me do the research? Bitcoin and all that is on a decline rapidly.
Well, somebody just told me about it.
Then they go, oh, the reason why you should invest now is because it's low. No. Leave me alone. I got my own lane. I'm going to get my money how I get my money.
That reminds me of Pod. You big man.
No, I ain't big mad, but I just.
No, it's just the way he said. He said, no, leave me alone.
Leave me alone. I ain't bothering you. I'm happy. Making my money.
You so
how
cute.
I do.
So anyway, he said, leave the Bitcoin alone. We gonna end on that. But y'all go out there and go forth, go vertical. It is your time to do all things that you were supposed to do. Especially in our communities, we were destined for this thing. So all we got to do
offense and defense.
Oh, let's go. We got to talk about
special teams too.
He can't wait does the game come on today?
Woo, 5:00.
He like, hurry up, you got an hour.
Look here, I'm about to go get something to eat, something to sip on. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna do a little bit of work. I'm gonna do a little bit of work after the game. You know what I mean? And that's gonna be the day. I'm gonna be accomplished. I done worked on some merch. I'm good.
So you've been up all day, huh?
For the most of the day, you know, earlier than last week.
Okay.
Last week was a struggle.
Was it a struggle?
Man.
You getting old, you better get you some of that CMAS.
Ooh.
Anyway, y'all, we out this piece. Well, thank y'all for tuning in to Central City Radio and Let's Talk Sis with your girl Tameca. Man, we out this. We'll see y'all next week.
And I always flip the convo.